My husband abandoned and ignored me during our honeymoon, so I ruined his free vacation and canceling everything, including our marriage. My husband had one job, and that was to secure plane tickets and hotel reservations for our honeymoon. Everything else, including the wedding itself, I had planned out. So of course when we got to the airport, we discovered that my name was written incorrectly on my plane ticket. He said it was a mistake, and he'd go see if he could change it. He came back 20 minutes later to say that it was too late to change the name, as the plane had started boarding. I was really disappointed, and grabbed my stuff to leave. Only when I looked back, my husband was still standing by the gate. He said he thought it would be a better idea for him to go on ahead, so that way only one of us would miss out on the excursions we had planned for tomorrow. I said that we could probably still make it, and if not then we would just cancel. But he said he was really looking forward to it, that the first day was filled with so many fun things to do, and he didn't want to miss out simply because my name was wrong on the ticket. I reminded him he was the one who had made the mistake, and I didn't feel comfortable being away from him for so long as we literally just got married. He said I could just catch the next flight like I said, and arrive a few hours after him and meet up later. I told him that was ridiculous, as we would be spending our first night as husband and wife away from one another. He just shrugged, and said he'd tell me when he landed, then headed to the gate and boarded. I went to the counter and asked when the next flight was, to exchange my ticket. The woman was super helpful. Then she asked why I didn't just change my name on the ticket, since I was already here. I told her my husband had tried, but was told it was too close to boarding. She gave me a look, and said that he must have gone to the wrong person, as they are allowed to change it and there was plenty of time. This made me upset, but I assumed that maybe he just went to a worker who didn't feel like doing the extra work. By that time the plane had already taken off, so I just accepted my new ticket and went to the bar to wait it out. About an hour later, there was an announcement that multiple flights were cancelled due to bad weather. Go ahead and guess if my flight was one of them. I went home, and decided to try again in the morning. I left my husband a bunch of messages, and by the morning he had only responded that he had landed. When I checked his social media pages, they were filled with pictures of him at our resort. He was eating chocolates left on the bed for us, going to a barbecue and making friends with strangers. He got wasted and danced a lot. He hasn't answered any of my texts or calls. Just as I was about to leave for the airport, he posted a new picture of him with another woman, holding her waist tightly with one hand, and holding a drink with 2 straws in the other. I saw red and threw my suitcase down. Now I'm in my living room, looking at a large stack of wedding gifts, having second thoughts about being with this man. I feel like the entire trip is ruined, and I can't even contact him to talk about it. That's when I decided, if I can't enjoy our honeymoon, why should he? I got out the itinerary I had made, and started calling every single place up, and canceled everything. Some of them I got the deposit back, others I did not. But I was so sick of his lack of care towards my feelings, I didn't care at that point. I decided to call up my friends and just go bar hopping for the night, so I wouldn't be stuck at home alone. When I got back home and checked my messages, I had a lot from my new husband, freaking out, saying some of the excursions had been cancelled, and he asked if I could send him some money to do other things instead, as all his money and cards were in my suitcase. I told him I was the one who cancelled everything, and I hate that the first time he chose to finally contact me was to ask for money. He called me up, and we talked for a bit. I explained how he made me feel forgotten and unnecessary. He said he didn't know, and thought he was doing the right thing. I thought we were actually on a good track, until I asked about the woman in the photo. That was when he went ballistic, and started accusing me of not trusting him, saying he could hang out with whomever he wanted, and it was none of my business. I told him it was, as he was now my husband. He told me to stop being so nosy, and that maybe I shouldn't join him on the trip after all, as he needed some space from my harassment. After he hung up on me, I realized that if this was only the start of our marriage, I didn't want to see where it would go from there. In the morning I called my lawyer to get the marriage annulled, as well as the hotel to cancel the rest of the stay. If he wanted a vacation away from me, fine, but he wasn't doing it on my dime. I sent him a text, saying he would need to find a new hotel and by the time he got back, we wouldn't be married anymore. Anyone who already wants space from their spouse during the honeymoon is not someone who should be getting married.